Morning, everyone. My name is Chen. I live in Toronto. Today, I'm going to share my story about the daily life and the pandemic situation. March 2nd, I went to Germany to see my daughter and grandson. At that time, in Toronto, the situation is not too bad, and I didn't hear anything about the Covid-19 in Germany. When I arrived there, I realized that there also is a serious. 1 week later, their school, the kindergarten, closed, and ask anybody working at home. And March 15th, Canadian government urged the Canadian come home as soon as possible. They're going to lock the border. So my daughter helped me to change the air ticket. I arrived home safely on March 19. According to rule, I should quarantine at home 14 days. My friend helped me to buy some grocery at my door. So, at that time, because I just come back traveling, I can sleeping, cleaning, do some housework. It's not too bad. 14 days passed very fast. After 14 days, I'm going out to buy my grocery. I put the mask, which I made Later on, I have time to make a schedule what I'm going to do. I pay my bill according the bank, but still have a lot of time. So I painting. I like to painting, and I painting with my grandson. Also, I did like painting. But somehow not this time. I did it before.
Hi there, my name is Mayur. I am a newcomer and I came into this beautiful country in June last year. I was fortunate enough to get my first job in Canada in the month of October. Currently, I'm working with Bell as a sales and marketing specialist. Transition for me during this COVID pandemic has been rather a smooth one. I have been working from home as a client care executive, but I know that this time can be difficult for many of the newcomers, especially for people who don't speak English and who don't know their rights in general in the Canadian setting. It can get difficult. The way that I have been dealing with COVID is to do the things that I like to do. So for instance, I took up a course in digital marketing that I wanted to do for a long time, and I finished that course. That was one of the things that I achieved. Reading books, do your own thing, go for a walk, just practice physical distancing at the same time, and just make sure do the things that make you happy. Well, that's my mantra. But for newcomers, yes, like I said, things can get difficult, especially if you come into the country, let's say in February or March, and you're looking to get a kickstart to your career, but for some reason you're not getting your job interviews or not able to settle yourselves to the fullest due to the whole COVID situation. These are the times when communities and settlement agents like the Toronto South Lib can be of great help to newcomers, just to pass on valuable information regarding immigrant rights, any facilities, the various benefits that the government is providing to the newcomers, medical benefits, school childcare for new immigrants. I think that is something which is wonderful about these agencies. And as far as my personal observation is concerned, I strongly feel that knowledge sharing is very important here, because a lot of immigrants are afraid in general because they have, understandably so, they have left their home country and come here to make a living. And with this whole pandemic right now, it's a bit uncertain. So patience is the key, and I just want to tell all my newcomer friends that we are all in this together. So there's nothing to be afraid of. I have my full faith in the Canadian government. I think Canada is a beautiful place to be, and what the government is doing is really amazing for community at large. They are taking care of people, whether it's immigrants or every Canadian is being taken care of. So I don't see that it's a problem. It's a matter of time when things get back on track and everybody is all in and hearty as we speak. So in terms of information, yes, I do feel that there is need to pass on as much as information as we can to make the immigrants feel at ease. And if there is any opportunity that comes up, or any sort of volunteering work as well, it doesn't matter, as long as there is enough resources available to them. That will be wonderful. And I just feel that this is the time where everybody needs to put in their act together and realize that this pandemic is not a permanent situation. It's temporary. Things will get better. So just keep at it. And like I said, we are all this together. Bye-bye.
Hi everyone. Hello from Toronto. It's been around 2 months since I left the house, barring a few trips for groceries. It's been a little tough, to be honest. My husband and I live here in Toronto and we don't have any family here. So it's been very stressful for us, worrying about our parents overseas and their safety, not to mention our safety. Today is a beautiful day in Toronto and we have come out for a walk. And as you can see, there's no one around and we've been able to physically distance and social distance. If you can, and if it's safe for you, do try and get some fresh air. It has helped me today and I hope it helps you too. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.
My experience with COVID-19 has been good. Might be a little bit of bad, but I always try to look on the good side more than the bad. So the good thing is I'm still able to call my family, I'm still able to see them, I'm still able to watch movies with my family on Netflix party, I'm still able to do the stuff that I was doing outside inside. So I have been learning how to make websites, I've been writing more, care of myself more. So I feel like thinking more on the positive side during coronavirus will keep us calm.
Cool.
Hi everyone, my name is Sonia. I am a newcomer to Canada. I came to Toronto in June 2019. It's been about 9 months now that I've been in the country. I'm working with a digital marketing agency here. It's called the Influence Agency, working as a client success manager. So this video is to let you know on how I have been dealing with the current COVID situation, some tips and remedies as to how I think you could deal with it better, and of course just some experiences of mine that I thought I should share with you all, which may help in dealing with the situation better. So the COVID situation came out at work. We were told about it in March. So I think around March 12th, if I'm not wrong, was when the state was declared as in a state of emergency, which is when we began working from home. So it's been over a month and a half that we've been working from home now. For me, it was a difficult shift to make from going from an office life to a work from home life. It was hard initially because I would end up reading the news really often. I would try and find out what's happening all over the world. I don't have family here right now, but I have family back home. So I would be constantly worried about them. I would constantly be in touch with them. I would try and read up the news regularly to find out what's happening, keep track of any kind of numbers, and basically, be up to date with the whole COVID situation. That started actually bothering me quite a bit because it would start subconsciously playing on my mind, where you talk about mortality rates and then you talk about the number of cases increasing on a day-to-day basis. It was a tough few weeks to settle in. What I started doing to help myself come out from that situation was I would stop reading up on the news as much. I would not follow any COVID news first thing in the morning because I know that I'm starting my day on a better note. I didn't want to actually know what's happening all across the world because I knew that this is a pandemic that we are all dealing with and we have to come out stronger in this, and we are all in this together. So as a shift in my lifestyle, the first thing that I started doing was that I stopped reading on any COVID related news first thing in the morning. I would still read up on it a little later in the day and just try and find out what's happening, in and around. So that would keep me a little better in terms of my mindset. So that's one way of how I dealt with it. And in terms of services, I feel like there are a lot of agencies in and around Toronto, including the Toronto Lip South, that has been very, very informational in helping you gather any kind of data, any kind of information, any kind of help that you need during this time. So whether it is mental health resources, whether it is something that you need urgent requirement of, they are out there to help you. Their website is very exhaustive and it has a lot of information that covers pretty much everything that you might need in a time like this. So yeah, I think you should definitely look up these resources. We are fortunate to be in a country like Canada during this time with a government that provides a lot of support, with the people who are extremely helpful, with people following discipline, maintaining social distancing as much as possible. We have the infrastructure, we have the facilities to make the most of this time that we have to ourselves and become better human beings. So I definitely feel like it's a blessing in disguise to be in Canada at this point, and be amidst the right kind of people, the right kind of government support, and just overall the right environment in a situation like this. That apart, I feel like we all definitely will be dealing with this situation in our own different ways. There will be multiple ways that everyone's dealing with it. Someone might take it positively and use this time to make the most of time, the things that they never had time for. They would use this time to actually start doing things or pick a hobby, or just think of things that actually this is a chance to actually do the things that you would have never had the time to otherwise do. So many people are making the most of their time that way, and the others are of course making sure that they're deeply submerged in work and making sure that their day has been utilized well and is productive as well. That's how I spend most of my days. I divide my days like that. My weekdays are really busy. Weekends I take it easy and I make sure that I spend some time with family and catch up with my family back home. So that's something that I really, really enjoy. I reconnected with family back home. I reconnected with family members that I hadn't spoken to in a very long time. So I've been using this time to make the most to reconnect with them. But yeah, this is how I have been dealing with it, and I know that the situation might not be the same for everyone, and everyone has their own ways of dealing with it. But I'm sure at the end of it, we all will have a lot of stories to share with each other, and we are going to be better individuals when we come out of this. And I truly hope that this pandemic makes each one of us stronger and better individuals. Thank you.
Another one. Another song I'm going to play. This one is for memory the doctors, nurses who working, fighting at the front line. Thank you for your watching. Thank you for your time. I hope you're doing well. Thank you. Bye bye.